Okay, so we're here back at the waterfall, which we probably won't ever need to come back to. There's one other place I want to visit, which is just left and down from there. It's this place. And this is a very placid little lake screen. The late frosts of winter give way to the greenery of spring. To the greenery of spring. Little typo there. There is the crisp smell of cedar in the air. This forest seems to be unusually still and quiet. There's absolutely nothing you can do here that's useful. Why did I come here? First of all, because you get a point just for entering the screen. Even though you can't do anything here, just for walking into the screen you get 1 point, which is nice. Secondly, if you go back a second time, you get everybody's favorite Sierra adventure game element, plugs for other Sierra games. Let's take a look at this submarine. It must be your imagination. What would a submarine be doing in a fantasy adventure? Perhaps you'd rather be playing Codename Iceman. It has a submarine. Indeed it does. Also, whoever is steering that submarine is not doing a very good job because they just crashed into the shore. Okay. Just wanted to show you that because it's mildly amusing and you do get a point for going to the lake. I didn't very much like Codename Iceman. I don't know if anybody out there did like Codename Iceman. I thought it was kind of a... not that... Oh well, anyway. So we're going to go back and visit the healer, knock on the door. She lets us in as usual. Ask what she can do for us this time. Well, first off, let's give her the flying water, because now we have the water from the waterfall. So I'm going to give flying water. The healer makes some sort of arcane gesture with a flask of water, then smiles. Flying water! How clever! So she still needs the fairy dust. That's it. And you might have some idea of where we can see fairies, because the game's already hinted at it, but why don't we ask the healer about fairies, just to see what she says. Apparently the healer actually knows something about fairies. Fairy dust always comes from fairies. They dance around mushroom rings when it is night. Fairies are magical beings, so be careful around them. Okay. So we'll want to go back and visit that mushroom patch at night, because that's obviously where and when you find fairies. And I believe it's midday on day 11, so we still have an afternoon to pass, but that shouldn't be too difficult to pass an afternoon in this game. Also, I want to get rid of these Cheetar claws. I now have 14 Cheetar claws, and I have no use for them whatsoever other than giving them to the healer. So let's sell Cheetar claws. Do you mean to tell me that you actually managed to kill a Cheetar? You're quite a hero, aren't you? Here is your money. You might think about, I didn't get to finish what she was saying. I think she was saying something about purchasing a healing potion in case you have to fight a Cheetar again. By the way, selling Cheetar claws and also troll beard to the healer is something that you get points for whether you're a fighter, a magic user, or a thief. That means that to get full points in this game, you'd have to kill a Cheetar and a troll, even if you're only a magic user or a thief, which is kind of difficult. I'm not sure just how you're expected to do it, because those characters get only a dagger. They don't even get a sword to fight with. I ended up just building out my character and taking them on with a dagger, which is certainly possible. It's just kind of... It's not really something you'd want to do. I mean, you don't really want to fight a troll with just a dagger, although you can. I mean, I've done it, but hey. I want to go back to Irana's piece because there's something else here that we should get. Let's take a look at this stone. You might have been wondering what's the deal with this big rock on the ground. Well, let's examine it more closely now. Let's go back and look at the stone. The large stone appears to be ancient and deliberately placed. Can I read it? Apparently there's something written on it, right? Can I read the stone? The stone has the words Irana's piece carved upon the top. There are some runes carved along the side. Okay, well, what do the runes say? Can I read the runes? It reads, "If thy will is magic, so shall I share. Open this stone and claim what is there." There we go, that's the ticket. Let's cast the Open spell. In a hole hidden beneath the ancient stone, someone has placed a scroll. Here we go. And you know what happens with scrolls, right? You get them, you read them, and you learn a new spell. The scroll vanishes even as you read the magical runes upon it. You now have the knowledge to cast a Calm spell. Okay, let's take stock of what spells we know now. We know 6 spells. This is basically most of the spells in the game. There are 8 magic spells in this game. One of them, the Zap spell, we will not be able to get. The Zap spell is only given to magic users. If you're a magic user, you have Zap right at the start of the game. If you're a thief or a fighter who just happens to have some magical ability, you will never be able to get the Zap spell in this game. Sorry. So discount that one. Beyond that, then, we have then 7 magic spells open to us as a fighter with some magic ability in this game. We already have 6 of those 7 spells. The 7th one we will need to get by winning a magical game. And to win that magical game will require us to get very good at casting magic spells and casting, in particular, the spells that we already have. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more character development. Yeah, I want to raise some of these stats up a bit. First of all, notice our magic ability went up a little bit, and also intelligence went up because I cast the open spell. Casting magic spells in this game makes you smarter. It makes your intelligence go up, and it makes your magic ability go up. So what I'd like to do, let's see, I think I'm going to, yeah. So I'm going to do a little bit more character grinding. I'm going to cast lots of magic spells, which will not only raise up our magic and intelligence points here, it will also raise our skill in whatever spells I cast. Casting a spell, like right now our open skill is at level 5. If I cast open a whole bunch of times, that'll make the skill gradually go up. One other thing I want to do, let me find a monster and demonstrate something to you. Hopefully an easy monster. Let me find an easy monster to fight so that I can just show you something. It's a Mantray. I'd like something a little easier, but let's have some fun with the Mantray. There we go. See, the Mantray takes off. Okay, let me show you our stat screen real quick. Parry is 15, dodge is 10. These are skills used in combat to dodge or block enemy blows. Watch what happens if I get into a fight with this Mantray, and instead of fighting it, I just dodge back and forth. See, I'm just kind of dancing back and forth trying to avoid his blows. So I'm not hitting him, I'm just going back and forth. And let's use a little shield for good measure as well. Let's hold up the shield, and I want to do some of that as well. So basically I go left, right, or maybe left, right. I don't know, it doesn't particularly matter. Actually, I'm not even sure if it makes any difference whether you go left or right. I think you could just do one and not the other, and it would probably still achieve the same effect. And I want to block with the shield as well. And I want to run away when my health is starting to run down, as it is now. Okay, and here's a quiet place. I think the screen doesn't have any monsters showing up in it. So let's look at our stats. Check this out. Our parry skill has gone up to 33, and our dodge skill went up to 32. Dodge is basically the ability to dodge left and right, to, literally dodge a blow. Parry is a fancy word for block. It means to use, in this case, it means to use your shield. If you don't have a shield, then it means to use your weapon, like your sword or your dagger, to block an enemy blow. So if you do something like that, these skills will go up. And check it out. For whatever reason, I'm not exactly sure why, but practicing parrying and dodging also makes your intelligence go up. It makes you smarter. So there are 2 really important things that you can do to make your intelligence go up. You can parry and dodge a lot, and you can cast a lot of magic spells. So I want our intelligence to go up, obviously, because we don't want to be an idiot. I mean, look at all these stats. All our stats are close to 100, except for intelligence. It's still down at 30. That's pretty pathetic. And our parry and dodge, we want to, even though I don't use these at all, I'd still like them to increase a little bit, just so we're not so incapable of dodging things, because you never know when you might need to dodge something. Maybe you'll be at a wedding and somebody will throw that bouquet of flowers at you and you don't want it to catch it, so you want to be able to dodge that, right? So I want to build these up as well, and I want to build up her magic. So I'm going to focus less on fighting now. I'm going to do a little bit more character grinding, but I'm not going to do so much fighting now. I'm going to just do a lot of dodging back and forth and a lot of casting random spells just to make her magic ability go up, and hopefully that will make us very magically capable, which will then help us as we attempt to pursue the that last spell, which is actually rather difficult to get. I'm going to save the game here, and I'm going to see you folks again on the flip side of some magic spell casting and some dodging and parrying. So that should be a lot of fun. Take care, folks. I'll see you later.